What is good, yo? Welcome back to another episode of Late Night Lime, where
Wow.
conversation has no boundaries. Remember that?
Not a problem. Yep.
Remember those? Remember those? What up, 12? No,
What's
no, no.
up?
I'm sorry. I'm P, and that's Mr. 12 over there.
Yep. So what's going on?
Man, I'm here. It was about 40 degrees 2 weeks ago. Today it was 85, something like that. Ridiculous.
91, bro. Over here was 91.
You got to 90?
Yeah, over on this side. My car said 91.
I mean, the highest at least I saw today was 86. It could have been. I got to look the news to see where it ended up, but it's hot. Like,
Yeah.
we don't even have a spring anymore. It goes from 40 to 80.
I kind of like that though.
Nah, man.
In Canada, yo. Trust me.
I need that 50, 60 degree weather, man.
When I went to Canada one time, right?
Mhm.
And I was like shocked because it was hot. We got there in the daytime. Boy, at the sunset, outside was cold. I'm talking about like, yo. I was like, but I started falling in love with it because it's like you wake up, the day is nice and warm. Nighttime, you covered up in a blanket. I was like, I kind of like this. You know what I'm saying? But it was nice.
What time of the year was it? Do you remember?
Damn, I think it was like a springtime, or like around this time. Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's cold, man. We still probably got some more. We got some more cold weather coming. Because what's up, Toya?
What's up? What's up?
Hey guys.
How you doing?
It's
Good.
More cold.
How are
weather.
you?
Seemed like you just ran upstairs like whoa.
I just finished my workout.
Okay.
Was trying to get that in before,
That's what's up.
Yeah, we just here talking, telling our day. How's your day been? Well, since the week actually.
It's been pretty good. Relaxing. Enjoying this time off. I actually just took my son to Wallingford today to meet with his teammates. He's on the way to Pittsburgh, for another tournament.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pittsburgh. You remember that?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's a long trip right there from Connecticut.
Yeah, 7.5 hours. That's a trip to Canada.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so I decided I didn't want to do all that this week. There's another one coming up where it's Atlantic City and Spooky Nook, Pennsylvania.
Those ain't too bad.
I'll
Those
do
are probably
that
like
one.
4 or 5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a trip to there's one in Albany. Just reserved a hotel for that one, May 22nd. There's another one in Staunton, Massachusetts.
Yeah, those ain't too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do those. And I'll do a 5-hour one. The other ones he can go with the bus.
Cool.
Well, hopefully, good luck to him and the team.
Thank you.
Hopefully, they come back victorious.
Yeah.
Right. But either way, they're getting some really good competition. He's getting a lot more exposure than he would if, he just played teams around here.
Yep. You run into some nice coaches and scouts around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Never know, you might run into LeBron over there. He got a lot of kids in AAU right now.
Yep.
Never know, for real.
Them kids down south could ball. The dudes on the East Coast got ball handle skills, but them kids, I think, like mid America, they could play. They could definitely play.
What?
I ain't gonna lie.
What? Nigga, basketball started on the East Coast.
Right, but I'm saying it's like you see East Coast like East Coast ballers got ball handling skills.
I think it's even all the way around, but I must always rep my East Coast players. So I used to be in the Bronx, baby.
I used to think the same thing. East Coast always take it for me. They always gonna take it for me, but
you got to look at the schools. Look at the schools, like some of the dominant schools. Look at UConn.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying because half the kids they ain't even from Connecticut.
That's right. That part.
But
I can definitely say that.
All the kids in Connecticut usually go play other places. Yeah. All the kids in New York, they go play other places. You know what I mean? A lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we got the Basketball Hall of Fame right here next to us. That's where basketball originated. So remember that.
How y'all handling this weather?
Oh, we were just talking about that. From
Yeah, I know. I
40
got to
to
tell Ed.
85. He
Whew.
said he was 91 out in New Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reached the 90s over here too.
Woof.
Oh yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Y'all
Right
can keep
now I'm
that.
trying to figure out like I need to get my fan going again. I
Well,
don't
it's gonna
think
go
we're
back to 40s in a couple of days.
next week. Yeah. In a couple days? Really?
Yeah, I mean today's already Thursday. It's coming fast.
Mm.
Definitely.
It's coming fast. I just hope that we don't like remember last year we went to 90 and stayed there for like 2 months. I don't want to do that again. Let's get the 60s and get some spring weather in.
Yeah, tomorrow's high is 70s, lows 50s, and then yeah, back to 60s, 50s, 40s. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't pull out the batty rider them yet.
Too late. Too late.
The batty rider them. Keep them inside for now.
Too late. No. Just
And
around
pum
the
what
house.
they call it, pum pum shots. Pum pum shots, batty rider, Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
I'm
Pulls
sure
off.
these
Isn't that your boom boom jars?
I'm sure these new YNs got a new name for it. Something,
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
it
They used
is
to be
what it
called
is.
Daisy Dukes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the people one.
Oh.
They call it Daisy Dukes.
I thought that was something that
Watch out for that.
whoops. Picture frames, I'm on. All right, we good now.
All right, so what we starting out with? Throw something out so we could start.
All right. So here we go. Let's roll into this one right here. Here we go.
Trigger.
I've seen a few videos talking about awkward baddies, and I'm like, ooh, what's that? Maybe I'm an awkward baddie. So I go looking up a few videos, and maybe, right? But then I come across this guy talking about awkward baddies are just baddies on the spectrum, and you motherfucker. Just because you can't get an awkward baddie, just because you can't get a funny, quirky, spontaneous baddie, does not mean they have developmental issues. Time for you to change teams. You can go now.
Awkward baddies.
I thought I was in for something good when I first heard it. I was like, that's not what I was expecting.
Hey, he hurt her feelings bad. Her feelings hurt.
Yeah.
He said an awkward baddie is somebody on the spectrum.
On the spectrum. Wow.
Yo, she's hurt. She's hurt.
Oh, she's the awkward baddie, right?
No, but she thought she was one because it's like it's the play of words, awkward baddie, right? But it's someone on the spectrum.
That's hot.
That's
or
hot.
in some sort.
Mm-hmm. So maybe a hot autistic person.
Right.
Well, it's not necessarily artistic.
I mean, there's several other things that fall.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. When I first came across this, right? I remember when I was younger, it was this Spanish girl, and for her age, we was young, and you see this beautiful girl, and until she moved, it's like, yo, you be like, okay, we get it. But this chick was, she was developed for her age, but I would say that was a catfish. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how much, I was like, I feel bad because, if someone has a disability and they look like extremely beautiful, how much people, be trying to holler at them. I was like, oh man, but she was a pretty girl, real pretty girl.
Well, shoot, go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say the name is in there, awkward baddies.
Yeah.
So something ain't right about them.
Yeah.
There's someone for everybody. I have yet to watch that show on Netflix. Love on the Spectrum.
Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah.
I heard it, but I haven't seen it.
It's like a reality show about, people on the spectrum getting into relationships.
Okay. What's the actual terminology for spectrum? Is that only pertaining to like autism and like
Well, you see, there's Asperger's with that as well.
Mhm.
Let me look that up. What is it?
It's just a general question because I know it encompasses a whole bunch, but but that's where like awkward baddie. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was something pretty cool, but it's like after I was like,
At first, I thought where he was going with it was like a Myra from Steve Urkel.
Okay.
Family Matters.
Yeah.
Awkward, but she was very pretty.
Actually, she would be on the spectrum, wouldn't she?
Why?
Because she was awkward. She wasn't like Laura.
But she didn't have any disability.
No, she doesn't have to.
No, but
I'm looking this up right now. What does it mean?
That makes the awkward.
No, but you got to think about it. It got some girls that are beautiful that are awkward.
Oh, I know that.
But you also have some people that are they're on the spectrum, but they're not awkward.
Yeah, I know.
It's two different things.
You could still stick them in there though, because
on the spectrum refers to having autism spectrum disorder. That's what it means. It is not a linear scale from low to high functioning. It represents a vast range of skills and needs where someone might have advanced ability. So it basically is autism, but you have autism on the spectrum. Like some are high functioning, some are low functioning.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the girl from what you call it, the show
Family Matters. Yeah, she wasn't on the spectrum. She was just really
that's
nerdy.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, she was
really smart, really nerdy, really.
Exactly. I would call her a nerd. You know what I'm saying? She would be more of a nerd. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's where I thought he was going with it.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought too. Something like that.
Hey, she was offended, but I don't think he was talking about her.
Nah.
I think she just ran into the words and it intrigued her. And when she found out what it was, she was a little surprised.
Yeah.
Right.
Awkward baddies be getting hit up too.
Definitely. Yo, you see them pregnant, yo. You be like, yo, who got you pregnant?
Just like what Brandon was saying. Oh, she fugly. I was like, well, somebody hitting it because she pregnant.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I know somebody that I don't know if she was on the spectrum or just cognitively impaired somehow, but she had a kid and the kid presented with some problems as well.
Yeah.
So she didn't get it from her daddy?
There's a possibility.
Unless he was too. Sometime it is.
Mm-hmm. But there's no genetic component to autism, is there?
It only grew up in the last 50 years.
That I don't know.
Yeah. Someone was doing a research.
They're still studying it. Nobody knows what really causes it.
Yeah, but it exploded in the last couple of years.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Well, they blame the vaccine, they blame the food, and it's got to be one of the two.
Whatever's happening from first to third trimester, those are the most important prenatal.
Stuff in the environment, things you're eating. It could be a variety of things, but
yeah.
Awkward baddies are doing their thing.
All right, so let's transition to this one. Here we go. Right?
Go ahead.
Hey guys, so right now I'm 51 years old. In July I will turn 52. But right now I have a 37-year-old, I have a 36-year-old, I have a 33-year-old, I have a 31-year-old. Those are the boys. I have a 30-year-old, a 29-year-old. Those two are girls. And then I have my 2-year-old son. And I am currently 15 weeks pregnant with a boy. So altogether, I will have 6 boys, 2 girls. Besides the fact that my children have kids. Altogether, all 6 kids have a total of 15 grandkids for me. So I have a big family.
Murderer. She's wow.
She was getting pregnant every year.
She's fertile as hell.
So
Yeah.
when I see this video, I gotta get no.
Yo.
I know people see this video might have a negative outlook on this lady, but
I don't.
and that's what I was gonna say was
I don't.
What I would say is she seemed like she's in a stable relationship.
Yeah, she never
she's
said she was
married.
struggling.
Exactly.
You
So
know?
that's why I give her props, because this got to be like a married woman in
Yo,
a
she's
secure
15
relationship.
weeks pregnant now.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. She putting it on
Now.
grandpa. You know what I'm saying?
Now.
She putting it on grandpa.
She 51. 6 boys and 4 girls.
So her grandkids and her kids gonna all be like playing together.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy? I don't know about you, Toya. We all fall in the West Indian realm, but I got uncles younger than me, aunties younger than me.
Yo,
Don't hit me.
it's not even to put family business out there. Yo, you remember grandpa, yo?
Uh-huh.
Yo, it's like, yeah, you probably might have an aunt. It's like, the hell you mean?
Oh yeah.
But I never verify. I don't know.
When I went down 2 years ago, I met her.
You did?
Yeah. She we went to was it Flying Monkeys or whatever it's called? What's that place down there in Buko?
J Monkey?
J Monkeys.
I
Went
was
there.
gonna say, I got a flying monkey out there too.
Yeah, Jade Monkeys. Went to Jade Monkeys in Tobago, and she saw my hair, and she was like, she knew who I was. She came over. Yeah, her last name Phillip too. She carried Phillip.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real? I ain't
And
meet my aunt yet,
turned
though.
out she was one of my Facebook friends. I didn't even know.
Oh.
But yeah, we talked for a little bit. I was like, okay, interesting.
So you see, guys, we just found out or
And my
got an aunt
grandfather at the time was blind.
Putting
Like
it down.
blind, couldn't see nothing, and he still had a couple more kids.
Grandpa got it. Still got it.
Yeah.
He used to be
Like
he used
all
to be like a ladies' man though. He was handsome for his, you know what I'm saying, for his time. Yo,
You know what? He was in the church. He was like a yeah, I've gone to church with him when he had to preach.
he was a pastor.
Yeah, he used
He
to
was
do.
a pastor, but he wasn't like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you know he was, well, grandpa.
He knew the Bible. He knew the Bible.
Yeah, he did.
He knew
Did
the
you
Bible.
ever go to church with him?
Yeah. Bruh, I live right next door. He used to preach to me every day.
That was one of the things when we go down there, we had to go to church with him.
Yeah.
And then we had to walk. We had to walk.
Yeah, he used to read the Bible. He's like,
How
yo,
far
man.
was church from home? We had to walk.
Boy, we talking about miles.
Well, 12 lived closer. When we came down, we stayed with him. We had to walk that way to the church. So yeah, it was a good 30, 40 minutes, I want to say.
Oh wow,
From
walking.
what I remember, but I was a kid. I was in my like 8, 9 years old. So for a kid, that jump.
It was one of days. So what it was is when they walked, it was like probably like a couple miles, but it's probably like $5, like a quick 5-10 minute drive.
But so what's your thoughts on grandma here, Toya?
Kudos to her for being able to keep up with all of that. I will say though, my first observation, she does look tired. She ain't say she's struggling, but her body language and just the way she looked tired.
She's 51.
So I hope that she gets some kind of, help sometimes. I hope she's able, because that's a lot. Well, she does have older children, right? But she has a 2-year-old.
She got grandkids.
Right. She has a 2-year-old and she's pregnant. And I don't know what her role is in the grandkids' life either. So that's my only thought is like, make sure you're taking care of yourself, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, at 51, she got all those kids and she still look pretty good. I think she's good. She's 15 weeks. I'm trying to figure out
that's technically considered a high-risk pregnancy.
But here's the thing though, if you notice, the last two kids, there's a huge gap.
Yeah, like 30
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, a huge gap.
Third, right? Last one is what, 29?
29.
Right.
And
yeah.
then the next one is 2.
Two, and then 15 weeks. So something changed. Because you're 33, 36, 31. Like,
Sometimes it's career. Sometimes it's career. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people could go.
or she got late eggs. They came in late. Yo, they got held up by tariffs over at the port. So they got delivered like 2 years too late or something. Because yo, she's had 2 babies at 50 years old.
Yeah.
After 50, she had 2 kids. Which is crazy.
I mean, it can happen.
And I don't think she's
and the more
done.
a woman takes care of her body, the more fertile she gets.
I don't think she's done.
I think I seen one where I think a lady were in her 60s around, and she was pregnant.
Hey, the last time I was in Tobago, there was a lady. She was from Africa. She was 67, and that was her first pregnancy.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like,
and one thing I do worry about too is like, I always want to make sure I could at least see my kid through high school. I mean, we never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. Yep.
We never know what's going to happen, but
yeah,
I want to be able to run around with my kid. And sometimes kids do keep you young. They keep doing things.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's like it got a certain age when ladies like live for their kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're there, you know. So
hey, big up to grandma, man. She doing her thing. Could you even say she's a grandma? She is a grandma, but she's still pushing them out.
Definitely. Still pushing them out.
And I don't think she's done, like I said. Big up to you, though. Family is everything. Once you put in water to grass, it's going to grow.
All right. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. Here we go.
Is it me, or ever since like this whole like lesbian, gay, LGBTQZ, whatever the fuck is going on, ever since people started coming out that they were gay, men just become less and less men. I know I'm not the only one. I feel like ever since that shit started coming out, you men have become so comfortable with being less men. And it's really not a secret anymore. We know you gay. We know. Every baby daddy's been a suspect, okay? Every boyfriend attempted the slightest thing you do, I'm gonna consider you gay. Cause baby, it's not front gate you like. It's backdoor access. That's why y'all treating women the way y'all treating women nowadays. Cause y'all want to be with the other kind. But y'all sit around and fuck up our mental just so you could sit around and say, she made me do it. We know you gay. We know you gay. We know you are gay. And you like men. Okay? Because, baby, when I tell you there's been a lot of scenarios about gay baby daddies, baby. Real gay. Okay, to say the least. Real gay. Okay? Because if you had a dream about your baby daddy being gay, chances are he's gay.
What?
Yeah, she had an agenda, bro. She had an agenda. Somebody, when I heard this, I think somebody heard her. What do you think, Pete?
I think
somebody heard her?
Yeah. I think she's choosing wrong. She keep choosing people on the other. Yeah. I mean, you're the one choosing them. And it looked like she just had an incident. I'm not sure how it came out, but you like men. She's talking to somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
But definitely a target.
The fact that she's trying to shame all men, though, I don't know about that, because all men ain't checking for you. No matter how pretty you are or whatever you are. You could be the most beautiful girl in the world. A man walk right by you like you don't exist because he don't care.
It ain't your type.
You
It ain't
know,
your
so
type.
to say that men are acting different since guys have been coming out, it's
I
just
don't think it has anything to do
it
with
has
guys
nothing.
coming
No,
out. I feel like it's a generational thing, right? I've talked to guys that are in their 50s versus 40s, 30s. You know, there is a difference in the way they treat women. You know, that's okay, you getting the car door open versus coming in the driveway and texting, I'm here, or a honk. You know, there is a difference.
But that's more courting, though, right? That's more
no, that's just brought upsy.
right.
That's
But
all.
that's courting. That's all. That's all under that one is just the right way how to go about courting someone.
So I
Well,
don't think
she
it has anything to do with people just coming out, men being
Right.
men.
It
You know?
it doesn't. I mean, you could say it has something to be with the way you were raised, but not that.
Right.
so I understand where she's coming from in some aspect. Um, I do find there's a difference in like how some guys go about certain things. Because if you look at a lot of these kids, they were exposed to a lot more of sexuality. So you have young kids telling you, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that," and I'm like, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you guys are supposed to be having fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're telling you exactly
Hey,
what it is.
the fun we had back in the day is totally different for what they have consider fun today. I mean, that's just the nature of how it is, if you really think about it, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't like the
I was
fact how
outside.
she
Nobody wants to play double dutch.
listen, I be checking out those double dutch videos on YouTube sometime. Them junks be, and you know what? Once you see double dutch roaches, double dutch ropes, you know exactly what part of the world you are.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know what hood you in, you know where you are in the world once you see them. Because there ain't no other country that I know do double dutch.
Yo, I'm gonna go back to the days. I used to love to watch girls play double dutch.
Oh yeah.
I used to love that shit, and
The
I could tell.
competitions, all that.
Yeah.
I used to love, and I could tell when a girl was about a C plus or higher. Once they get in that rope and they do this,
Yeah. And
you
that was
know
the thing.
something going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they get a lot good workout too. You know, running around and they, you know, it
Yeah,
was
but
nice.
it was cool. But yeah, people don't do that no more. You used to see a lot of girls outside jumping
Yeah.
ropes and all of that stuff.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
that's with everything. Like I said, all the stuff we did as kids, our kids don't do that.
nah, not even close.
Yeah.
I remember my cousin used to have me, Keely used to have me trying to turn.
You be
What
Oh
is
turning
it?
yeah.
double, huh, Winston?
Yeah, we
Real
all
double.
turned double dutch rope at one point.
Yeah. What is it when you're off key? She be yelling at me.
It
I'm
should
like,
be 1 2 1 2. Do.
my cousin used to be yelling, man, you off. Come on, keep it up. I'm like, yo, I don't know how to do this.
them were the days, man.
Ain't nobody
Worst case
else.
scenario, would just tie the rope to like some kind of handle.
Yeah.
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 I mean, that's what a lot of girls used to do. Two people playing, just put the doorknob, get the
Yep.
doorknob over high, low. Yeah, we've had a double dutch team.
I'm sure most high schools around here did.
When I was in high school, yeah, there was a double dutch team. They used to have tournaments and all that.
Yeah, it's big now though. It's big. A lot of people be jumping double. I was actually watching a competition.
It's big now? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big. I was
They-
watching one when
they-
last week.
They put it in. Some people put it in dance performances, all kinds of stuff where they use it. Yeah. But I like watching the old school. Like, there's a couple people on they got reels of it where you could watch their highlights, and they'll like set up a double dutch rope at like Times Square or something like that, and just catch people coming down, and people just jump. You know, it's fun. Well,
Double dutch competition. Let's see if I see it. But yeah,
you
they
about to
be,
pull it up?
Yeah,
What
I got
happened
it.
to the rest of the panel?
Well,
Huh?
Brandon's on a cruise. Isn't Brandon's on a
Oh.
cruise? Big up to Brandon. Better be having a good time out there, but don't worry about the fuglies. They're there to have fun too, buddy. They're
Think
there to have
Brandon.
fun too.
Yeah, he on a cruise.
Yeah. I think he
Nice.
went to Bahamas, right?
It's like the Caribbean one. Like he go, I think he said Jamaica, something like that. Jamaica coming up like
Okay.
that. Yeah. So he went to the islands, the island route.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right, let's roll to the next clip.
Yeezer.
I made a video the other day talking about how I'm 36, single, no kids, living in Plano, Texas, and about how I stopped dating in 2023 altogether. I think what I got tired of in dating were all of the little micro relationships that you end up in. You meet somebody and y'all start texting every single day, getting to know each other, planning a date, the whole thing. Mind you, you can't stop talking to all the other people and ignoring all the other matches while you're talking to this match. So at any given time, you're juggling a few of these little micro relationships, right? Let's call them A, B, and C. You go out on a date with A on Friday, you have a date with B on Saturday, and then you're supposed to go to lunch with C on Monday and dinner with B on Monday as well, and then lunch with A on Tuesday. Then when things don't work out, you have to have these little micro breakups that are so awkward. It's like we weren't dating, I don't really know you, but I have to end it. I'm not ready to start playing that game again.
Did that glitch for y'all?
Huh?
It glitched a little. It glitched for me.
No, I heard it.
Let's see
I
something.
think I heard most of it. I get the gist of what she was saying.
So 36, single, no kids. She's getting a lot of micro dates. What's your thoughts on her?
I roll it. For me, she doesn't have to go on multiple dates.
No.
She could just get to know people on a. You don't necessarily need to go on a date to get to know people. You know what I'm saying? I think this generation, what they do is with the phones,
Mm-hmm.
they have like they could talk to multiple people at a time, but they have to hold multiple conversation. So you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to do that. You could just focus your energy on one that you like. You know what I'm saying?
So
No
you think because she has so many options, she can't never pick one?
Well, that's what it's. Well, basically, listen to her. That's what she's saying. She's talking about micro dating, and it's basically managing multiple dates. She doesn't have to do 3-4 guys at a time. She don't have to do that. Even though she's not intimate with them, she don't have to do that. She can choose one that she'd like and go about her business. That should solve her. You know what I'm saying?
So she's her own downfall.
Yeah. So
You think she has a problem with being single and whatever at that age? Was she complaining about it, or?
That's a good question.
Because I mean, if this is something she's bringing on to herself, maybe that's just the way she wants it. Is she afraid of commitment?
Well, she says she hasn't dated since she was 25 or something like that, and she's like 30. So
She's
like
30,
31.
yeah, 36.
I think 31 or 32, somewhere around there. Yeah. So
No,
she hasn't
36.
dated. She hasn't dated for several years.
Do you believe that?
Yeah. Some ladies are like, oh, so actually, Maya just celebrated 7 years celibacy. Look how fine Maya is.
They say what they want to say to make money, bro. I don't believe that.
No, so it all depends on. Well, that's a good question. What is celibacy? Because if celibacy
is
right.
it just abstinence from people?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
What it is.
But Rover's good, you know. Oof, oof. You know, we don't know.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. Because people say they celibate. Celibate from what? It's like celibate from not having a man, or you know what I'm saying? It's if you celibate 100% or 50% for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And he hit me. Oh, he was actually what a celibacy. But for me, I don't know. I don't know. 7 years? Damn. What you got?
It's a celibacy is a voluntary choice to abstain from marriage and sexual relationship, typically
Marriage
for
too.
typically for religious or philosophical reasons. But they don't really. I don't see anything where it defines what it actually. But it's not. I guess I should ask it is taking care of yourself okay.
No, I was asking the same thing.
Is that part of it? Did it say if you
So let me tell you what I got on my end. It says abstaining from sexual activity usually for personal right. That's the same thing you got. So strictly / traditional defined, no sexual activity at all, including sex with any other person, masturbation, sexual stimulation in general. So
abstinence is abstinence. No means
yeah,
no.
but
Nothing.
sometimes some people don't look at it like that. Some people would just only use it in the term like they haven't been with the other person in years. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. But I mean, 7 years, bro, with like could you imagine what it's like when she go to the bathroom and she got a pat? Boy, it's crazy because that's a long time. That's a very long time. Hey, make sure y'all, if y'all still here, make sure y'all hit the like button. Let us know in the comments y'all thoughts at all time, Check in. Would you find out?
it says so. I asked the question. Well, if it's like intimate with yourself, let's put it like that. So I don't use the other words, right? So it says short answer. It depends on the definition used. So celibacy is no sexual activity at all. So no sex with others, no masturbation at all. So I know half the people don't use it in that light. So that's what I was saying is like
That's tough.
tough.
That's tough. I mean, at 36, I mean, it seems like does it seem like she even want a relationship?
Well, I don't
And
remember.
then
I
Who
don't
is
recall saying
who
that
I
she
was
was
asking,
celibate.
like, is she complaining about this or?
well, that's what I'm trying to figure out because she's 36, single, no kids. So that means she's not even getting laid. I'm not saying she probably could. She just got some good whatever she's using to protect herself. But I mean, in her 20s, now she's in her 30s. So
Yo, it's gonna be hard. One thing you definitely see is as a lady get older, right? The more a lady stays to herself, it's kind of hard for her to kind of get into a relationship because of certain things, right? But it's easy for a guy to meet a woman regardless. He could go up or down in age. You get what I'm saying? A lady has standards as she get older. As she get older, she wants someone's at her level or higher. Not saying that she can't go down, but it's like a
yeah, I
lady
understand.
as the lady gets older and she gets more mature, she wants someone kind of mature because unless she's looking for a YN. You get what I'm saying? And that's gonna roll me into the next clip. So let me. Any more thoughts on this? I roll into the next one. I was going to speak about something, but I could hold it for the next segment.
Any rebuttal to that, Toya?
No, I agree with you, 12. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I think the older a woman gets, the harder it is, especially if you're trying to settle down, that the harder that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because we ain't got no more time for BS.
Yep. Yeah. So all right, let's roll into the next clip. Here we go.
Hey y'all, I just want you to know you encouraged me to go out here and try a little young thing. That's what y'all did. You encouraged me to go out here and try a little young thing. Like at least if he's 27, 28, 29, I could say, oh, he's not even 30 yet. He's still trying to figure it out. Not he's 45, 40, 42, and he doesn't know what he needs to do. And I'll let the best thing of his life slip in between his fingers. Where are you at? Auntie is ready. Auntie is ready. Just don't tell your mama. Don't tell your mama.
Auntie ready.
My God.
Did she have to say auntie? Oh,
Yeah, that's just to let him know how old she is.
I know, but it just makes it
Awkward, right?
disturbing, you know.
I'll be honest, in the islands, they be saying, Auntie, you look good. Yo, that used to kill them like white auntie. But I used to always say white auntie. But the psychology behind it is like this. If you say auntie, right? Well, the way they explain it to me is if you say auntie, you got a chance of her turning around if she's an auntie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't know her and you be like, auntie, guess what most ladies gonna do? Gonna turn around. You look good.
That's for real, man.
So that's how they explain it to me in the island, because we grew up and I'm like, yo, why you always say auntie for everything?
Yeah, we call everybody tanti.
Yeah, tanti or auntie, so they gonna turn around.
Yeah, it depends on which one you use. It flips the conversation too.
Yes. So you get their attention, and when they turn around, they gonna turn around and say hi, because most West Indian ladies are, you know, when they turn around, they're like, hey, how you doing? You know how most West Indian people, you say good morning. Hey, good morning, auntie. And they turn around, good morning. It's just conversation, icebreaker.
Of course.
Icebreaker.
But she out here chasing these YNs.
Yeah. So.
And
dude,
she's putting out a public announcement. Don't tell your mama.
So, let me ask this question. Let me pose this question, right?
Go ahead.
I have a fair one. Is it the same? Because if a guy did the same exact thing, right, would it be accepted or received the same across the board? Let me ask you.
It wouldn't. It's different. I think it's more widely accepted for an older guy to date a younger girl.
Yes, it is, but saying it out loud like that. So a lady that's older could kind of say more sexual stuff to a younger guy, right? And most people was like, it's not accepted as much, but she gonna get the attention that she need. And not everybody gonna be public with it. And some dudes gonna be like, all right, cool, I get your old ass when I'm ready. But you know what I'm saying? But if a older dude say it, it's like, oh, he praying younger girls. You know what I'm saying?
If a guy comes out and make the same video, I guarantee he's gonna get a lot of pushback.
Yep.
A lot of pushback.
A lot of ladies gonna call him nasty.
They're gonna come across as he's taking advantage of young girls. They're gonna call him some R words, and that's I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, it'll come off a whole lot different. But that's just the double standards. We always know there's a double standards.
But it favors men more because you see more older men with younger girls, so it favors men more. So you don't really see the opposite as much, even though it's occurring more.
I don't know. There's a lot of aunties out here pulling these young dudes.
Right. So what do you think it is? Do you think it's by choice or just hookup culture?
I've heard a
No,
lot
they
of
have
young
relationships.
guys say they prefer older women because
Yeah,
they know what they're about. I've heard a
yeah,
lot of younger guys say
yeah.
that.
It's I know a lot of young dudes with a lot of old women, man. Like
Right. That's what I'm saying.
some
Yeah.
of them 15 years older. I'm talking 15, 17 years older. It's crazy.
There's a guy, I think he's my age, and he said he will not date a woman under 40.
What?
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Gotta be
everybody
that.
like what they like. I guess now we in a
Yeah.
time where you could pick what you want.
So he like
Ye-
60-year-olds?
Yeah. Yeah, yo.
Fucking down grandma.
Hey, grandma was probably just coming
They're a
over
very
from
happy couple. See them together, they're living their best life.
yeah. Yeah. I think it's I would really like to see what those percentages are because I think now there's a lot of people dating that wasn't years ago. Age group, like it's crazy.
Well,
It's
the hookup culture is more easier. I don't have to walk up to you now.
Everything's at the swipe of a finger.
Yeah, I don't have to walk up to you now. I don't have to do that. The days of me kind of, all right, hey, how you doing? You don't got to do that. It's DM. Hey, I like you. Oh, I like you too. I like you too. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of these people are
I
like,
used to
oh,
hate
wait.
that pickup line. But like, hey, how you know you like me? We didn't even have a conversation. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's definitely true. Let's see. All right, so let's wrap that one up. Move into the next one.
Okay.
My screen is lagging. I even logged out and came back in to see if that would fix it. It's very
Turn down the blur. The blur on your background was slowing down your what you call it.
turn down the blur.
So the it's coming in at 4.
Oh, I have the background applied, huh?
Yeah, so that's what's slowing down your what you call it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're on a laptop or a phone?
Laptop. I think I'm fixing it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's roll into the next. Okay, here we go.
Hey, let's talk real quick.
Hey, okay.
So look, check this out. Earlier today, I was coming out the bathroom, and I overheard the kids in the room saying that you told them that they don't have to listen to me, and if I say something to them, then come and tell you and let you handle it.
Are you eavesdropping on my kids?
No, I'm not eavesdropping on you. It don't matter. But no, I'm not eavesdropping on your kids. They loud in the mud. So that's what you do. We supposed to be working on this together. Is that what you told them?
Well, yeah, I did tell them that because you're not their dad.
I'm not their dad, but
Yeah.
you know what? Don't even worry about it. Me and you.
What do you mean? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it because you telling them not to listen.
No,
to
you
me.
brought it to me. We're gonna talk about
check
this.
out. I'm fighting 2 dead ends, so I'm gonna remove myself from this situation.
You ain't going
and I'm gonna
nowhere.
Let y'all have it.
You're not going
and I'm
nowhere. Shut up. You ain't going nowhere.
You right.
Well, there's the first problem right there. There's so much disrespect. You know, she's disrespecting them, and now she's telling the kids, y'all ain't got to listen. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Big problem.
And you know what's crazy? She ain't do nothing wrong.
What you mean? You gotta explain.
Where you going? You ain't going nowhere. Like that's how she talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't going nowhere. Where you going? Come back here.
Like,
yeah, I told him that. I told him that.
Come back, doggy. Where you think
you
you're
are
going?
not their father.
Yeah.
I don't have to listen to you. That's messed up.
That's definitely messed up.
If he stays after this, you got what you got coming, bro. Grab your bags and hit the dough. Hit the
There's got to
dough.
be a level of respect with blended families. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Without respect, period, nothing works.
definitely. That's one of the things you got to make sure is there.
Yo, if you got a babysitter to watch your kids, right? Don't the kids gotta listen to the babysitter?
Right.
Right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, just you any babysitter, you could be anybody. So the person that you're having a relationship with is watching your kids and you telling them they don't have to listen to him. So why is he there? You know what I'm saying? You think about it, like the disrespect's in his face. Like at that point, like I knew the shit was over when he was like,
Do you
okay,
think they're staying together, or do you think he
oh
walked
nah,
out for
he
good?
done.
Yeah.
He stopped talking. He ain't even
Yeah.
arguing. What he done? That's
Yeah,
over. Yeah, I'm sure he already got a bag packed.
Yeah.
He got so yeah, he done. He at his buddy's house right now having a cheeseburger. You know, I'm stopping at Five Guys and grab something and eat real quick. Well, we need to talk. You got something rolled up? Yep, be over there. All right, cool. She gonna be mad, but she may have another one in by next week. You never know. She probably micro date.
yeah. I think that was his house though, so she probably got to go.
That's even worse.
Wow, that's what I was just thinking that.
That's even worse.
You
Like
disrespecting him in his
he took
house?
you off the street to help you and your family out. And I'm pretty sure it sounded like she had at least 3 kids. More than 2, if I had to guess. Because that kids came with like a different type of this.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's mad disrespectful.
definitely.
That's not something I'll ever tell my kids. Like us growing up West Indian, Caribbean, it's like
You listen to adults.
go home
Right?
and tell your mama that you did something and you getting another ass whooping just for telling.
Yeah,
And then she might go fight whoever it is, but you might get depending on who it is. And you can't be disrespecting people like that.
yeah.
But she gonna find out.
That's one of the things that I try to make sure like people understand. Respect goes a long way. You know, even as adult, if you respect people and people see that you respect them, it goes a long way.
Really long way.
Yeah, and you seen it like some of these kids. You see young kids talking back to adults like, "You ain't my mama," and I was like, "Yo." It's not about the person is your mother. It's just having respect for adults. You know what I'm saying? Because oh
People talk like my son, as an example. You know, his AAU coaches went and asked administration about him and stuff. You know,
yeah,
thank God they had great things to say. You know, but suppose he was a disrespectful, rude kid. Like,
yep. And that's the thing. You would want people to have your kids or whoever in good light because like now people don't care.
now
People
you
don't.
can even go on social media and see what's going on with these kids too.
That's the next thing. A lot of these kids are forgetting what they put, what they post, following forever. So you're seeing it. You've seen it with
Yeah.
like the kids of like the old early 2001. It's like they didn't care about the internet and they started posting on Facebook. Like now you see it when they go on for Congress and they're going for roles. They start going back and pulling up their
Yep.
Twitter threads and their Facebook posts and everything. And you used to see people used to have these they didn't care. They post whatever. And like now they're running for like a structured position or a high caliber job. It's now affecting them. It's like, but
Do you think people even know what the word respect means anymore?
RESCPT, that what it means to me. RESP.
What
No.
you want?
I got it. What you need. And you're right. Our respect is long gone.
It's a broad word. What does it mean?
Everybody
You're gonna
wants
tell a kid, because sometimes I feel like a broken record when I'm saying you need to be respectful, stop being rude. Well, do I need to break it down for you some more? What is that?
I think they look at it. I think they look at it as being more authoritative, like someone in authority. Like, why do I have to listen to you? Who are you? And you see a lot of that.
Well, a lot of it too is on the upbringing, because back in the day, people were more involved with each other. Parents talked more. You knew who your neighbors were, so that trickled down to the kids.
Yep.
But at some point, that got a lot of distance in between that, where you don't know the cop that walked down your street. Back in the day, our parents talk about that all the time, where they knew the cops, they knew the fire people, they knew everybody. So they were like one big community.
Yep.
But 12, being in the islands, everybody know each other.
Yeah.
We know all the police that live in the town, the fire people, but it's a smaller village. But we're a lot more united.
We could definitely tell outsiders. We could tell when an outsider
yeah, right away.
Definitely tell an outsider as they came in. Nope, this person's not from here. You could tell what village they from. You could tell all of that by the way they talk and act.
So you're less likely to run into a lot of problems like this. It's definitely because the community takes care of everything on their own. They don't need cops half the time to come in there because they know right away, hey, you ain't supposed to be here.
Definitely.
Look like we lost Toya.
Yeah, she's
back.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you good.
I had to get my charger.
You good. Let's roll into the next clip. Here we go.
Bust it.
Police say a woman went to light a cigarette this morning, not realizing she was practically igniting a bomb. Fairfax County Police say there was a propane tank inside of this minivan that had a small leak. With temperatures down in the 30s, the driver likely had the windows up, so the cab would have filled up with gas until she went to light a cigarette and the van exploded.
It shook the townhouses. Pictures fell off the wall, and stuff broke.
With the road shut down, we're getting an up-close look. This is the roof of the car that was literally blasted off of the vehicle and landed in the road behind the van. The explosion happened on Lee Chapel Road near Old Keene Mill Road and sent debris into Alan Caramella's front yard.
There's a piece of door right here, a big piece of the door.
There's the door, easily 100 feet away from the van. Pieces of glass were everywhere too. Sitting on the curb in front of his house, he says, was the driver.
A woman was comforting her. She was just shaking uncontrollably. And she had burns on her arms. It was like red, like a deep sunburn.
Fairfax County Police say the driver's injuries are not life-threatening and they believe this was accidental.
The fact that driver lived, she should go play the lottery today, or she's hit the lottery already by not being killed. I mean, look at that vehicle. It's amazing. It's just astounding.
Wow.
On that, guys.
Wow. Listen, the fact that she survived is insane to me. Like, I was expecting them to say, they didn't survive. But that car was ripped to shreds.
Definitely. Yo, I could just picture it. No
wow.
Fun poking fun at her, but I could still see this lady with her cigarette in her hand, like sitting on that lady porch. People will be smoking. They could go through all that tragedy and they still got the cigarette in their hand.
I don't know. I don't think she smokes ever again.
Yep, I don't think so either.
She may never light another lighter again in her life. Every time she see a lighter, she gonna just take off running, just like.
Every time you hear that click sound, boom, that's all she gonna remember. Boom.
Yo, could you imagine, yo? But and that should be a lesson to everybody. And you know what's crazy? A lot of these people that have, what's that thing where you have issues breathing, they need those air
tracheostomy, right?
No, what is the condition called?
Emphysema, COPD.
That one. Everybody that have that still have the tank and be smoking. I see all them people pulling the tank and then they still be smoking. I'd be like,
claim the life of someone very close. He had an oxygen tank, but decided he was going to smoke, and I guess they weren't far apart enough.
So you've witnessed this?
Oh yeah. My
Okay.
uncle.
Go ahead. Elaborate.
Yeah, he had an oxygen tank. I believe he was in a skilled nursing facility, and he ended up setting himself and the facility on fire.
Damn.
Wow.
Yep. Tragic.
Damn.
So he passed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, R.I.P. That's crazy. It's be a lesson out there. I can't be smoking around these tanks. It's definitely
I
unsafe.
used to work as a receptionist at a skilled nursing facility, and every day, few times a day, this lady would just leave her tank with me at the front, run outside, go smoke, and put the oxygen right back on.
At least she's smart.
Yeah, but still, it's like, I don't know.
She's still killing her.
I wear the oxygen.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand what people get out of it, but hey,
it's highly addictive. Nicotine, highly addictive. It's all psychological too. I feel like
there's a lot of chemicals in there too that they put in to get you addicted.
Yeah.
But hey, big up to her. She survived. I don't think she's smoking ever again.
I hope not. I really hope not. I feel like that was a sign.
That was definitely a sign.
Claire's like, if we made it like 100 feet, yo.
Listen, that car was tore up.
Yeah, y'all heard about, I mean, this is kind of unrelated, but still pertains to blow up. Y'all heard about the house in Bloomfield that blew up?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. I saw that.
When did it happen?
Like a month ago?
Might even be longer. Yeah. I had got some follow-up information on that too, but I can't remember what it is now. There was because they were still investigating to find out what exactly happened. If it was,
I know people were smelling like gas. Yeah,
I think I seen it on the news, but I can't. Well, I see a couple.
Yeah, but they're trying to figure out if it was intentionally done or it was an actual leak type thing. Or something like that.
It's Connecticut. They got like 3 Bloomfields.
The house was not too far from me either.
Because I remember the one that I was watching. Did someone die? It says recovered.
Yeah, he died.
Because I was watching one where a house exploded, but it was a gas tank. The stove was on, and his wife and his daughter were in the house, but they were okay. So she left the stove on, and when it went boom. So.
Yeah, this is different. I think the man lived by himself.
All right, hold on. I think I got it. Let me pull it up. Yeah, 1 month ago.
How long ago? A month?
Yeah, let me put it up on the screen.
Breaking news tonight in Bloomfield, where emergency crews are investigating after a house exploded and caught fire. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Hart.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. One person is still unaccounted for. Fox 61's Tim Latow is live on Banbury Lane in Bloomfield with all the latest for us. Tim.
Hey there, Sarah and Brent. Police have allowed us behind the crime scene tape to get a better look at the damage here behind us. We see the roof on the ground of the house blown apart. That roof is still smoldering. There's siding and debris scattered around the yard. And again, police say one person is still missing. According to the police department, firefighters received a call about a possible house explosion just after 6 p.m. They arrived on scene and found the house on fire. Firefighters were able to put the fire out, but they are still looking for that victim. I've seen firefighters sifting through the debris since about 7, and they tell me to expect a very long night. The smoke is as thick as fog. It's making it very difficult to see. A fire truck has its ladder extended over the yard with spotlights on to help the firefighters see better. Banbury Lane isn't a long road, but it's blocked off for nearly a half mile. And in addition to dozens of firefighters and police officers on scene, there are many Connecticut natural gas employees here as well. They have been telling neighbors that gas and electricity will be shut down for hours. One neighbor tells me there were utility workers going around the neighborhood this past weekend. He says it looked like they were inspecting equipment underground. Some neighbors had their windows blown out by the explosion. One tells me his house shook so hard he thought it got hit by a car.
It's only the shaking and the big explosion I heard. I thought it was a motor vehicle that had hit the house.
Again, this is still a very active scene. Coming up at 10:30, we'll hear from a woman who had her windows blown out, what she said about the sight that she saw when she got home. For now, live in Bloomfield, Tim Lateau, Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a gas leak.
Had to be.
Wow.
But my question is, right, because I was talking to a few people about this that heard things, that know people that live nearby, right? There was a smell. Why wasn't that acted upon?
Well, they do come out, because the guy was saying that they did come out and test, but if it's on the ground, you ain't gonna know where it's at.
Yeah.
We did that at the other house, right? One time we're smelling gas, and we called a gas company. It was like, yo, we were smelling gas, but we didn't know where it was coming from. When they came out and started searching, it was one of the outside lines for somebody's house that was leaking. You know what I'm saying? But when my wife called, we were smelling like in our yard. It was like next door. It's like a house over or whatever, but it's like the same thing. Like when like right here, this studio. As my brother walked in, he's like, "Yo, it smelled like gas." They call out the gas. There's like, yeah, it had a small leak. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother, he's like, "Yo, I smell gas, yo. Just call the thing." They came out, they tested it. It's like, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Did you get that egg smell? That funny?
Yeah. Across the street, I think, from my house, I think the guy was an alcoholic. And yeah, the whole police department, fire trucks, everybody was out there trying to investigate what was going on. I don't know if he left the stove on or what, but they ended up taking him out. I don't think he went back there.
Damn. Yeah. I ain't hear this one. I heard about the other one, but the people survived though.
Yeah, not in this situation.
All right, let's transition into the next one. Sorry, I gotta remove this.
Get going in one moment. Step up, tell us your name, and briefly, what's on your mind?
Hey, yo, as I look around this room, if you're 35 years old or younger, raise your hand. 4 people. So here's the thing. Y'all in trouble. Yesterday you had Al Green up here talking about we need a Secretary of Reconciliation, and then that's going to include what he said was reparations, which, by the way, wasn't reparations. Reparations is more than a check, but the very first thing it is a check. And come this year during the midterms and in 2028, if you don't have our check, you won't get no vote. No check, no vote. Yeah, I know that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what's happening. All of y'all in here, with all due respect, you're beautiful, but you're old. You're not talking to the youth. You don't know how to talk to the youth. You try to tell us what to do. We're not having it no more. So if you want our vote, you got to come with our paper. We're not scared of Trump. We're not scared of anybody. Biden is a racist. Trump is a racist. Kamala is a racist. And if you don't have our money, you don't get our vote. Yeah, not. Who are you? Oh, all right, yeah, so like I was saying, I'm going to land my plane right there, but the Democrats are no better than the Republicans. No check, no vote. Y'all take care. And somebody get my man a tissue. He need a tissue.
Hold on. Yeah, what do you think about what he was saying?
It's true. I mean, be honest, Black Americans have never gotten reparations, right? And the first thing people bring up is the Holocaust. You know what the Jews got? They got their reparations. Every war in this world that was fought, countries got reparations for whatever happened to them. However, Black Americans never got reparations for slavery. And the thing about it is what they were promised, Emancipation Proclamation, and they still haven't delivered on that promise. So they're right. He's right. He's 100% right. And Black Americans don't have to vote. If they don't vote, they could change the vote. There's enough Black people here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm gonna stay away from reparations, but if Black people don't vote, right, what good does it bring them? Because by not doing anything, you're actually still taking action, right? Because whoever wins, you're letting your non-action of not voting let whoever become in power.
I think his thought is that he can get somebody crazy like Trump to just say, you know what, let's do it. And
in what way? What do you mean?
Because he'll gain votes. You know what I mean? So if you say running to become the next El Presidente, put that on your bill, put that on your run. You know what I mean? You put that in there somewhere. You're gonna work towards that, and people will gain Black Americans votes. That's one way of looking at it. So he's basically saying, hey, this is one way to gain our vote. Let's talk about reparations.
All right. I was mainly more focused on the part where he said, I'm gonna go on to the next part, right? But the part when he said, if you notice when he asked that question to raise your hand who's older than 35, and it was only 4 people, do we think, or I just pose these questions to y'all, and you could kind of answer this question by saying yes or no. You don't got to get in detail with it. Is, do you think the Democratic Party effectively are targeting the younger generation?
I don't know. I mean, when you look at both parties in general, there's a lot of old people at the top. So I don't know how much targeting they're targeting, because a lot of the old people at the top don't really know what's going on with the young kids. So I'll say no. I don't know what the actual status is, but I'll say no.
I think a lot of I can't say with certainty or disrespect anyone, but I think a lot of people vote party line because that's what their parents have been voting. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm guilty of that, because that's kind of what they tell you. Hey, do this, do that. But until you start researching it, you're like, what? I'm going against my own interest in certain things. You get what I'm saying? So,
well, we talked about that with like most Caribbean people will vote one way, but because they throw the race thing on top of it, a lot of them shy away from it.
Yep.
But and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but when you think back, it's what politics is. You
Yep, it
know,
is.
and if you can stick that that stigma on your opponent, it's gonna stick. You know what I mean? And it's a way of recruiting people. You know, if you go back to your history, you'll find out who freed the slaves. You know,
Yeah,
what party freed the slaves. So
yeah. But this was one. This was one. I had in there.
I mean, he's speaking out. You know, he's making his point. I don't know if he reached anyone.
But he brought
Because
a good point though.
here's the one thing too. You know how you was talking about the age group,
Mm-hmm.
the younger generation, and he's right. He's right with a lot of that because I truly believe a lot of information aren't getting transferred because the older generation isn't teaching the kids anymore like we were taught certain things. You know, you see now where a lot of kids are getting raised by tablets so they can choose whatever they want to watch or what they want to do. When back in our time, they wanted us to learn certain things and they taught it to us.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the dilution in what this new generation is compared to how it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, so when he asked about the age group in there, it seemed like all the people in the room connected with him because they're like, yo, why should I keep voting this way just because you told me to and your daddy told you? But when you didn't do the research or you didn't go looking for that, where the new generation is like, yo, I don't want to do the same thing. I want change. I want real change, you know? So he does have a point there, you know. But I think he's right. He's 100% right.
I like the fact of how he got on that stage and kind of laid it out. Like he laid it out because some of those people are like, if you're in a room, right, and everybody else is like they're pushing something and everybody is old and it's no younger crowd.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, it's like who's going to carry the torch? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if there's no younger generation in that group to sustain it, it's it's
Nope.
going to die out. It's going to phase out. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to phase out. I was looking at that at a church that I was going, right, and the church, it was a good church, but all the members were like old, like older. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I was
Yeah.
like, you can see is like after these people started getting a certain age, it had no younger generation where it could transition. It was like, so yeah, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you see that sometimes, you know. Is they got to do better recruiting.
Yeah. Well, some people just get comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because they had a strong membership, you know what I'm saying? But all of them were in the same age group, so
So you think all the younger well, the thing is too, a lot of younger people probably like a different church.
probably. But you see, it's like now you see it's like even with YouTube. Remember, we growing up, we used to watch TV for entertainment. You do not have to turn on a TV anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do not have to. It's like, yo, I got several TV in this house, and my kids do not watch the TV. Only my son. My son would hop from like TV to TV. My kids are on iPads all day long.
Yeah.
iPad,
Yep.
iPads. It was like, yo, we got 50, 70, 100 of this TV all over the damn houses, and it's like iPad
Yep.
all day long. iPad. You know what I'm saying? So I think his strategy in how to reach this generation is no longer TV. So you even see channels they're broadcasting on YouTube or TikTok or whatever
Yeah.
the sites are because that's where the younger generation is, So not even movies. Movies not even getting people like that anymore. They don't even. Back in the days, they used to put like ads in the commercial or right before the movie start.
Yeah.
Right.
When was the last time you've been to the movies?
Me?
Movie theater. Both of y'all.
Wow.
Remember when we was young, we used to go all
I
the
think it
time?
was for Black Panther,
The first one or the second one?
the second one.
Shit, you got me on that. I haven't even watched the second one yet.
We my friends, we all arranged we had like a private theater in the one downtown and we all showed up in white. It was
Oh,
nice.
so it was a private showing.
Yeah.
They still got the movie theater out there where you live, Toya?
No, that shut down years ago.
Okay.
Oh, the one in Bloomfield ain't there no
They
more?
shut down the one on the south end too.
Wow.
I was
You know
driving by
what?
there the other day. I'm like,
They
really?
probably got lost during COVID.
Mm.
A lot of stuff got shut down. That's probably when. Wow, that's
I'm
cool.
trying to think if I went to the movie theater after Black Panther. I really don't think I did.
Damn.
You see, the times are changing. And you know what, too, now, too? A lot of movies that come out in the movie theater, you can get it right on your TV at home.
Yeah.
Right.
It costs you like $35, but if you think about it, it's cheaper than taking a family to the movies.
Definitely.
You take a family to the movies, each person's at least $35.
Even back in the day when it was more affordable, we was still sneaking shit into the movie theater.
Oh yeah, you got to stop at
Big
the
bag.
dollar store.
You would stop at the convenience store, get the candies that were like 5
You
cents.
know what's crazy?
Or the
That's
little,
the same
little
candy
juices.
at the movie theater.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
the same candy.
For much more money.
Oh, quadruple the price. Quadruple the price.
I used to work at the movies, man. I used to do the screening of the movies.
Oh.
So when the new movies come out, I used to always bring my boys through the side door. I'm like, yo, we screening the movie. Yo, it was like, yeah, I signed up to screen the movie. I signed up to screen all the
Which
movies.
theater?
No, the one that's on New Park in Hartford.
Yeah, I remember that.
That one got run down. That's when it first opened.
Yeah, that's when did they shut that one down though? I was really hurt to see that gone.
And that was a nice
I
theater.
used to
when
go
it
there
first
a lot.
opened. That was really nice.
That was really nice. Then it just got run down. But I
Which-
went in there when it was like when it first brand new opened, and I used to bring my boys through the side. So it was like, yep. I think it was I think Bad Boys. I remember the first Bad Boys I screened. Yeah, I used to just be like, yo, we screening the movie tonight. You know what I'm saying? Dudes come through. Because it was always late. It was always after the movie theater closed. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was there. So I'm like, yo, come watch this movie with me. You bring like 4 people. We sit there, got the movie theater, watch all the new movies. But it was cool though. It was cool.
There is a movie that's out now that I hear people are actually going to the theater to watch.
Is that the horror movie?
No, this is called You, Me, and Tuscany.
No, I haven't
It's
heard
from
of
the
it.
same people from the producer of Girls Trip, you know, Tiffany Haddish.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
Nah, I haven't been to the movie in years. I remember the last time I've been to the movies, I was snoring in there. My wife was at that.
I will always pass out in the theater, always.
Yeah, I got in there. She's like, "You're not gonna fall asleep, right?" No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. As the movies. She was elbowing me and shit. She was elbowing me. She was like, I'm like, I'm not sleeping. You snoring.
That's crazy.
Yo,
You ain't sleeping, you snowing.
I was tired as hell because I just did the sidewalk. So I was like dead tired, yo. But yo, and once you turn off the light and the seat is comfortable, I'm going to sleep.
That's the worst. And now the seats recline and, you know.
Yeah.
Real comfortable seats up.
Yeah,
in
I'm
the theater
definitely falling asleep in the theater. Even when the movie is good. If once I get to a place of comfort.
Exactly.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the contents of the movie. It has everything to do with you and comfort. For real.
There's been times where I fight myself. Oh, I want to see how this turns out.
Yeah.
I'm just
be like, man, this shit good as hell. and that's the thing. That's why you got to grab some popcorn and some, because you less likely to
Man,
fall
I
asleep.
stopped getting popcorn. I would choke on this shit every time. Every single time.
But you less likely to fall asleep though if you just stay like.
Nah, boy, I'm going to sleep. Like,
For real?
man, it's like my office doubles as a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
because I got the projector in here and I project onto this big wall. So we normally watch movie. I got the speakers and everything. He know what I'm talking about. And my son, he be like, "Daddy, you want to watch a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we be watching the movie. So he sit real close to me, so because he know I'm about to fall asleep. Turn around at my eyes. He's like, "You sleeping?" No,
My son used to get mad at me over that stuff. Every time I tried to watch a movie with him, I would fall asleep.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't even want to watch movies with me.
And don't ask, yo, how did this happen?
Thought you was watching a movie. But my son like to rewind the movie. So I'd be like, yeah, I seen it. If not, he going back. That's the thing. These kids, they can rewind movies before you just let that jump play out. But yeah.
Well, at least it's easier to rewind the movie now.
Yeah.
Versus VHS.
Or HBO. HBO, whatever. You once you put it on, it would just play, but you couldn't replay it. It's like once they give you 24 hours, you will have to watch it when it starts. Or whenever you come in, that's when it ends. You got to wait for the next hour or the next starting time to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one, though. We went off course on that one, but we good.
Hey.
Let's see. All right, let's roll into this clip.
Go ahead.
Every time I'm in the gym, it is a reminder and a motivator for me not to date, because I'm 32 years old. I've dated how many men, and how many of them offered to get me lipo 360? Not one.
I think I miss, like, you run that back? Run that back.
I played on this one. Here we go.
Every time I'm in the gym, it is a reminder and a motivator for me not to date, because I'm 32 years old. I've dated how many men, and how many of them offered to get me lipo 360? Not one.
Lipo 360.
Is she mad that nobody wants to pay for her to get surgery?
Well, why is she at the gym?
That's what I'm saying too. Like, doesn't it?
It doesn't. She's definitely on the spectrum.
I'm still scratching my head for that one.
I was like,
this is an awkward baddie. This is an awkward baddie. She's at the gym. She had a lot of men. A lot. None of them. She's only 32 though, but she got high numbers. No one offered to pay for her surgery. Lipo.
How dare they?
Why would you need lipo though? If you're at the gym.
Maybe she hoping to meet the guy that's gonna offer it at the gym.
That is one weird request. Like,
it is. It is, no doubt.
I'm not gonna lie.
And if you want that, why don't you pay for it yourself? Go get a second job. Do that shit yourself. Why you gotta depend on a man?
Guys, I'm not gonna get political with this, but before I came to watch the show, one of the reports that I seen, and I'm trying to cut it out, so it's not apolitical, is they were letting migrants into the country, and they were giving them certain operations free. Yo, I was like, that's crazy. They were getting like whatever surgery that they need, not only what you call it, like if they wanted implants and stuff like that, they'll give it to them, and it was all free. And I was like, wow, I was right before the show, but this kind of correlates with that. It's like, yo, you see, is the lady far off for thinking that way, knowing that some of these things are being given free out there like that?
I don't think she made a connection with the free stuff, because if she knows it's free, I'm pretty sure she'll figure out how to get it.
I think that's the standard these days. Guys are just paying for women to get whatever they want.
Yeah, like Toya was saying, like, why does she need somebody to pay for something she wants? Like, her goal should be, how can I get that?
Right. You badly want it. You could get jobs.
Well, Toya,
well, hopefully, maybe not if she's a what you call it? What kind of baddie? What do you call them again?
Awkward baddies.
Maybe not. Maybe she can't get that second job. Maybe she can't get a job.
Well, I think
maybe that's why she's mad that nobody wants to pay for it for her because she just can't get
No, a
that job.
man.
Yeah.
A man. Not
Yes.
anybody, a man.
Because if you look at it, a lot of girls come on the internet and they just do a GoFundMe and dudes will pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Like, as I said last time, I think I'm in the wrong line of work.
Let me tell you, it got some of these things where girls, they just come on the internet and they're like, yeah, I feel self-conscious about myself. I want to, and they set up a GoFundMe.
I'm just
and people
so
put
not
money.
used to, handouts. I was taught from a young age, you want something, you go work for it.
I guess you're losing out because a lot of them out here getting it. Look at the I was also watching this next clip because I watch a lot of clips. I can't remember who it was. Now she's a OS fan, but when she was 16, people were signing up for her OF. Yo, think about that. Think about that. People were signing up. Yo, so as she hit 18, I think she hit like 2 million. She $2 million. As she hit, I was like, my goodness.
You guys they keeping her in business.
Yeah, but yeah, it got stuff like that where people, and it doesn't always have to be things. You got people that pay for people things like, hey,
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just trying to figure out why she needs a man to pay for her liposuction because
it's the standard. From the context of how she's talking, women of today just seem to hold that as a standard, kind of like a man paying for you to get your hair and nails done. Well,
do you think she asked any of these men to have it done? And they rejected her?
She said not one of them offered. So maybe
right.
not.
So how as a man, if a woman wants to have liposuction, shouldn't she ask that person or tell him about it or whatever? He doesn't even know what he's mad at. Like
I mean, that is a possibility.
Or you think maybe they had the conversation and she threw it out there and he was like, you were supposed to just go ahead and pay for that real quick, like it's just the audacity. Like it's not a regular ask. Like whoever asked, hey, I've heard hair and nails done. You got to pay for my hair and nails before this date. Okay, it's a little extreme, but I've heard that. But I've never heard you got to pay for liposuction if you have an offer. That's just out there. I've even heard plastic surgery.
Yeah, people barter. People do stuff like that.
She's definitely delusional.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some weird people out there, but let's transition. Let's get like probably two more clips in there. Here we go.
The other day I broke things off with this man and I told him, the reason I'm breaking things off with you is because all you ever want to do is party with me. You want to take me to the clubs, you want to take me to the bars, whatever, but you don't want to spend no time with me outside that. You don't take me to dinner, to lunch, a walk in the park. We don't communicate. And I didn't see it going anywhere. So instead of him addressing what I said to him, he texted me back and said, you just want to be single. You was married a long time. You just want to have your freedom and have fun. And that's why you're saying this. You never wanted me in the first place. Okay. This is a man who's considered a licensed professional counselor, a man who does therapy with people, a man who's supposed to teach people communication techniques, boundaries, to work through their trauma. And you went around everything I fucking said to you. And this wasn't the first time I said it. And immediately went to, I want other men. I just want to have fun. I just want to date people because I was married for 10 years. I've been single for 7, almost as long as I've been married. It's not as if my marriage ended a year ago. And when I tell you, it does not matter the age of the man, the profession of the man, what status they are in life, they are all full of shit.
Right.
Thoughts?
She really went extreme with the all men are full of shit. I feel like
But do you
a lot of
believe her?
women do feel that though.
Do you believe her?
That all men are full of shit.
No, when she's talking about this guy in particular.
I feel like he was just trying to find a way to avoid the commitment conversation. In his eyes, they only want to have. He only wants to take her to the club and stuff. He doesn't want to take it to the next level. He does not. Her desire is for things to move to the next level. So instead of having that conversation, he's like, no, you don't. You were married for 10 years. You don't want that. When reality is, I don't want that. That's
So,
how I see it.
what was his job?
He's a therapist.
So what does that tell you? At least the way I'm looking at it, this dude is having a feast. He's a master manipulator. He's a therapist.
Right. They call that. There's a terminology for it.
Because look
gaslighting.
I wouldn't say gaslighting.
There's a word for it though.
It's almost like he's doing therapy on her.
Right.
And controlling her, because the way the conversation changed when she confronted him, he switched it to like, you just want to leave and go have you just want to leave.
He became her therapist.
Yeah.
I see that different. I see it completely different. So when you look at this, right? If in that whole conversation, right? Going to the club doesn't mean intimate.
No, it doesn't.
Right. So where's the relationship? I could go out with a lady,
but that's what she want to take it to another level.
Right. But what if he doesn't like her like that? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like
you should just say that instead of trying to.
How can he say that if he doesn't know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like this, right? That's the same thing on a guy end. A guy could like a lady, right? And the lady don't like a guy. It's on the guy to let the woman know, hey, I'm interested. She's interested and she's putting it off. But he said, hey, if you were interested, and this is where we differ, if you're interested, you would have let me know you're interested, but you're not. You're more focused on partying. Because
wasn't she trying to tell him she's interested in more?
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of time has already passed. It's like, yo, if we're going to the club and we're chilling and that's all that.
Suppose the time go by and she feel like, whoa, really spending a lot of time with this guy. I like him. I want more.
Right. But she used to say that, but the way how she came off, it was more.
I think she
should
did.
have took me seriously. No. She came across like, yo, he should have been taking me seriously, because she would have left. Trust me, she would have let in with, hey, I like this guy, but he's not taking me serious. She said, he's taking me to the club and doing all of these things, right? But when she presented the relationship to him, that's when he said, no, if you really wanted it, no, you really wanted these categories. You wanted to be hanging out, be single. Guys could tell. You could tell if a chick, that's all she into. And if you're not into that, you just play your game to that.
Right.
So he's not gaslighting her.
Right. I'm not mad at it. I see that too. But my thing is, from I'm looking at it, is like she's saying that he doesn't want to take her out anywhere. He doesn't want to be basically out in public with her anywhere. So I'm assuming that she says, hey, do you want to meet up for dinner? He goes like, nah, I can't do that. Want to do breakfast? Nah, I can't do that.
Like usually I look at that as a red flag when a guy don't want to be out in public with a female. To me, that's a red flag. Where are you hiding from?
That's true, but you got to look at the circumstances. We're talking about partying. Yo,
yeah, that's cool.
Right,
that's
but
cool.
let me explain this, right? In the islands, right? When we used to go out, right? We'll go out to the club with girls primarily because they were pretty, right? So, but it's like this: you go, it's like sometimes, right? You want to roll with a whole bunch of girls, right? But when you get there, you see pretty girls or whatever, you talk to them or whatever, but you only party with these girls in the daytime. You're not going out and having all of that stuff with them. You're not doing none of that stuff. It's just your people you roll to the club with. You got a whole bunch of crew that
So
you
he's saying the girl you go to the club with should not be your main chick.
Well, you see how you're more putting in a relationship. We used to go out with a whole bunch of girls, but they were not girlfriends. It was girls that
that's
all
just a bunch
party
of people
together.
going out.
Yeah, we just go out and party, and when the party done, that was it. Use like it's
Right,
a vibe.
but okay, that is a whole different conversation. Her context is her and that dude got something going on.
Right. And
when she say party,
she wants more.
She's not she's not including everything. They're doing a lot more than she's saying.
Right. And if that's the context, why not lead into that? But that's what I'm saying. He's looking at her like a party, but is no other relation. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He probably don't know. She wants more, but he doesn't know. Yes, she brought it up.
Well, he has to know.
Right now.
Didn't she tell him? Didn't she tell him that? And he played therapist on her.
I don't think he played therapist because he knows she don't want a relationship.
So here's the thing.
But how does he know that? What do you think the woman is giving off that makes him come to that conclusion?
It's the way ladies carry themselves.
So you think she's at the club being flirty with other guys?
Probably something
because
like that.
You know what, too? He did mention something about you recently got divorced. So I know you want to go out there and...
So maybe he knows there's a window of time that needs to pass before maybe he feels like she's not healed. And with his level of expertise, he's
Yeah, and that's so certain people could see it. Yo, you could tell like, hey, when somebody get out of something or something is going on, you could tell when people want to party, they want to have fun, or they're looking for something serious. It's like this. She will be calling him a predator if he was forcing himself onto her and be like, yo, I know you just get out, just give it a ting. You know what I'm saying? Nah, y'all everybody be looking at him slightly different if he was taking that approach. But I don't think so. I think she's the one that wants it, but I think she's going about it by showing up to these parties with the intention that it turns into that. You know what I'm saying?
If she wanted something serious, what should she do?
If she wanted something serious,
she should stop going out to the club with him. Like
I think the first step when what she was doing was addressing it, but I think you see that went sideways already. So I don't think there's really a chance because yes, she did what I would say is just kind of talk to the person, but that went sideways. It's like, yo, me and you been going to the club for 5 years, and then after you now telling me you like me, it's like it becomes a little weird. But that was like that video Toya you missed last week, right? Or this week, where it was two girls, they were best friends for over 15 years, and the other girl wanted to hunch her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like,
so they were friends, and then now the girl
one got feelings. There's two ladies. We're talking about two ladies, right?
Yeah.
So it's like your friend for 15 years.
And this lady, did she know that?
Yeah,
the other friend was lesbian.
Well, they don't call it that. These people don't call it that. They just call it relations.
Oh. Yeah, that's awkward.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. What if it's like that? Ladies do go through that. Ladies get icks like that too. Where so it's like you're with someone and you're considering them a friend, or you put them in the friend zone, and they're not telling you, "Hey, I like you." Now you're like, I feel weird because I've done so much stuff around you that I thought we were cool. I wasn't thinking you were looking at me like that. You know what I'm saying? So now you start thinking back like, your homeboy just see me naked. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what is going through his mind. So now you start going back with all of these things. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Times that have changed in front of you.
So So
your boobies.
So, but at a certain age, none of that shit mattered, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
after a certain age, none of that crap mattered.
What changed in front of
I
people?
think the relationship with her and him is over. I don't think there'll ever be one.
I don't think they have a mutual level of understanding.
Well, they do now because from hearing her speak, it sounds like she spoke to him and he did not want to do what she wanted to do. He didn't want to go out with her anywhere. He was just like, yo, I'll see you when we going out. That's at the club. We ain't at the club. I ain't gonna see you. So if she can't understand what that means, you know, make sure you leave a link for her down there. Because you need some serious therapy. And that's why he's giving it to you. Now, I thought the guy was going to say, huh?
That was me. I wouldn't want his therapy.
Well, she don't know she's getting therapized. She don't know because the way he switched the conversation, and I thought this stuff would have been like, well, you know, I'm out. I'll see you later, whatever. It was like he came with a direct, you just want to be out in the streets. That's all you
fair.
want.
I agree with that.
But she was asking him to hang out with her in the daytime.
Right. But
it's like he did one of these.
But that's how you looking at it because
dodged it.
Right. He may have dodged it, but I think what he did was being more concrete and being more absolute in where he stands. Because he's telling her, hey, if you wanted something or whatever, he's like, you don't want that. This is what you wanted to do. And you do. I'm standing for the guy on this side. So it's like this. You do have guys. You got many guys out there that tell ladies like, hey, I like you. And they want a party or they don't want that relationship. They don't want it. You ever seen guys spend money on chick and the chick go to the club, dance with the next dude, do a whole bunch of stuff, leave with the dude, and the dude pay for everything? That's why and like, oh, that's just my best friend. I've seen girls do guys that many times.
Drink. Because now you're held to a different level of expectation.
No, I mean, I've seen many chicks do that. Many chicks, they got guys, they buy them clothes, they buy them drinks, they buy them all of that. And chick leave the club with the next dude. You know what I'm saying? The chicks already know where they got that guy. Ladies do it all the time. Ladies know where they got guys. They put them in different zones. You could buy me clothes, you could buy me drink, you could buy me whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as I keep you close, you're going to feel good. But the guy that I really want, it ain't you. So ladies do it to guys on a regular. You know what I'm saying? Which is not right.
Yeah.
I guess I need to learn more about this stuff.
I just seen it different. I think he was just
what's going on out there, y'all.
Not everywhere. I'm just you should have a platonic relationship, but it's like, hey, once you grown, it's like this. Even if you like a person the first time, you should go ahead and just like, yo, this is the situation. It's like, because to be partying for so long and seeing this, it's like this. What if that lady had done things that point out to this guy, I don't want to be with you.
Right. Like, what's she telling the guy? What's the guy seeing?
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
There's more to this that we're not.
Yeah.
We don't know everything about how they were flexing.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just going on the what we saw in the video. You know, and he could be right. But that's what I'm saying. When he switched, right? What he focused on, and the words were, you just want to get out there. You basically just got divorced. And those were the words that he chose. Why those in Pacific? You know?
That was probably her mode when she got out of the divorce. She want to be single, she want to be free.
And I'm wondering if they knew each other before she got divorced.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the whole thing. What I would say is only thing that would put a hole in my situation is if they were intimate. You get what I'm saying? If she came out and said, hey, we clubbed, we were intimate, that will put a hole in my thing. Now, Yes, everything you guys are saying is valid. It's like now he's definitely using her and manipulating her. But she
Right. And
didn't
that would be
inquire.
Well, I don't know if he's using her. You can't say he's using her because
Well,
they're going out
manipulating.
together, so they have a certain relationship, right? Just like Toya said, she wants to take it to another level. We just speculating, of course, not necessarily another level, but she just want to be able to go out in public with him once in a while, and he opposed to that. You know what
Right.
I'm
But
saying?
why would you take someone to public if you don't want anything?
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what the decision he made. I'm not against it.
And so I gotta take that back a little
So
bit.
do
I gotta
you
take that
think?
back a little.
So do you think that he's seen so much bad about her, or she's that type of person where he don't want to be in public with her?
No, I gotta take it back a little bit. I gotta take that one back a little bit. You don't necessarily need to be involved with someone to go in public because I know what you call it. The once I remember what you call it. If you don't have to. You don't have to because at the end of the day, that doesn't justify anything. You get what I'm trying to say? It
It's got to
doesn't.
be something because just like you said, you don't have to be intimate to be in public.
Yeah, you
You know
don't
what I
have
mean?
to.
So it's got to
But
be something he's running from when he's like, you know what, I'd rather not.
right, but it takes away. It also misleads them into you know what I'm saying. You can hang out with people all day long, but it's one of those things where you have to be careful in what you do and be intentional about your actions. And I think he's very intentional about his actions because she never said anything about intimacy. She just said we go out and party, we go to the clubs.
I think
Unless
party's intimacy.
depending on
You see,
yeah.
the word party has so many different meanings to different people.
Yep.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'm just
Puffy
speculating,
party.
of course, but
Yeah.
I think it is. But if somebody tells you they don't want to hang out with you in the daytime, I mean, either you stick with what you've been doing or you
But
move on.
But P, y'all just said it. Depends on what party is. Why do I need to go out with you in public if we partying in that time?
I just want to party all the night, party all the night, party all the night.
Maybe
Hey.
she looks better in the dark.
Bomba clutch. Hey, that's a segment right there.
You look better in the dark. Ooh.
Turn off the lights
Yeah,
and leave them off.
You look better in the dark. Wow. Is that a compliment or
You're a
a
beautiful woman. I'm always confused by that song. Because he says she looked better in the dark, but then he says you're beautiful. What is that? I need to listen to those lyrics harder.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's what it says. Sometimes you don't even know. I think you're a beautiful woman, and after a couple of drinks, that type of stuff.
A few Long Islands.
But yeah. All right, you guys want to do one more, or you want to land it there?
I mean, I could do one more.
I'll go with y'all, Flo.
All right, cool. Let's rock. Let's do this one, and we out.
Y'all, this girl says she would rather have a white male supervisor over a black female supervisor. And I'm pretty sure y'all know her reasoning. Okay, black women are hard to deal with. They jealous and envious for no reason. Try to keep you down just because they don't like you. Blase, blase, whoop, whoop. Okay? But I'm here to ask y'all because I ain't never had no black female supervisor. I've had a lot of black, women coaches. And yeah, I definitely prefer the men over them. Not all of them, but the majority of them were hard to deal with. However, the black female supervisors, I ain't never had one. So y'all tell me, what's going on? What they doing to y'all in the workplace?
Go ahead, Tori. You could lead with this one.
I used to feel the same way until I got to where I am now. I have a black female supervisor, principal, whatever, and she's great. She's really great. I will say overall, I prefer working with men. Less drama, less emotions, less. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can't get to work with men, there needs to be some kind of a balance. Working with majority females is not fun at all. No.
Yeah, you speaking from pain, Toya. You speaking from pain.
Kristen, you remember. You remember.
Yeah, I heard it from the
Whoa.
woman's mouth. Yeah, it ain't from us. That's from her.
Yeah.
Some women are very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
As a female, I have no problem admitting that.
Yeah.
I've never
Come
had
on,
a
ladies, we gotta
female
do better.
supervisor.
We gotta do better, ladies.
True, right? I'm gonna speak for you, Toya, a little bit. And you also have the different angles where some people can't accept the color of your skin.
Well, I was also a supervisor.
I know.
One
That's
lady
why.
quit. You remember when she? Were you there when she
That's
quit?
why, Toya. That's why I worded it like that.
Hey, go ahead. You could go ahead and elaborate. Go ahead.
I would never take direction from you.
So what
That's
happened?
why I worded it like that. That's why
I got promoted.
Hold up. Pause. Back up. So,
because we were not, we were no longer fellow instructors. I was now her supervisor, and she was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah,
and she quit.
She walked out. Yeah, quit on the
Quit.
spot. Two of them were like that. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So it's like this. It goes both ways. So it's like, you see, that's why this conversation, I didn't even intend on this going this way, but it's like the conversation we're talking about. Do you prefer to have a white supervisor or a black supervisor?
No. Black woman supervisor.
What black woman supervisor? So
yeah, in specific.
Right. So we're talking about women supervisors, but when we started talking, when Toya showed up or whatever, and like how we're having this now, it just reminded me of what happened, because while black people would prefer the opposite one, I don't think, not majority, there's a group that don't want the opposite, because I've seen it. We could say we seen it. You know what I'm saying? We can say we seen it. You know what I'm saying? So
I've never had a black woman supervisor, so I couldn't elaborate on that.
I've had a white woman supervisor, and I swear to you, I felt so much. Part of it was racism, but I feel like she also felt threatened by me. That's the vibes I was getting. And at the end of the day, I'm like, why? You're a principal. But at the same time, as a school nurse, I still do have my degrees, and I still can go back to teaching if I want. I do what I do. I choose to do that because work-life balance is very important to me. I can't get these years back with my son. And whatever job I have, I don't do lukewarm. I try to, do a good job. But I can't teach well and still do everything else that I have to do. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like there was and yeah, like the color of your skin. They look at you and they're like, you're not supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to have this much knowledge.
Yeah. Mine's is slightly different, right? Mine's is slightly different. Mine's is, man, I thank God, because the path that he brought me down is the people that helped me get to the level of education, like the high parts, were all white. You know what I'm saying? But I also had to ground myself with people around me. So the people who pushed me and showed me where to go to do certain things, majority of them were white. They taught me like Toastmasters and stuff like that. They taught me a lot because they were business people. Some were private. They worked in private schools. Some of them own business.
And there are some white people that will push black people to do, there's still great white people out there.
Yeah. So, and that's why I could never be biased, because when I went into like Toastmaster and I met this nice wide group where, well, I'm gonna say why, not white, wide group of people where they were from all walks of life, and they used to say, hey, Winston, you don't have to be or speak this way. You can present and give all the information that you need and be yourself. And that's what helped mold me into like being able to do public speaking. See, I don't have a fear of talking in front of large crowds. I could do that. Just tell me what's my topic and I could go. So, but there's like, no, you just got to be yourself, because my thing, I wanted to speak well. I want to be accepted and all of that. It's like, no, you good. But when I dial it back and I come back, I can't literally say all people, because I've worked in like different schools and people always accept me. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
never a good thing to say all. To say, I would never want to work for this color. You know, what I had to say is definitely experiential.
Yeah.
Right. However, are there still great white women supervisors out there, or great Black women supervisors, or great white male, Black male? It all depends on what kind of experiences they have had, you know, and what their beliefs and philosophies are on what it is to be a good leader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. You said it. Leadership. The leadership role. Once you, I think, once you start getting to leadership role and being able to effectively manage people and understand how to communicate, you don't run into those issues as much. Because
effectively managing people, that's a hell of a job.
Yep.
I still don't want that. I don't want to try to control nobody.
Yeah.
Nah. But I will say, being an effective manager is totally different from being an effective leader. Two different things.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That was food for thought. I like that. I like that one.
It's harder to be a good leader than it is to be a good manager. Great leaders are empathic. They think about how people feel, and, you know.
Yeah.
They want to encourage change, or as a manager, they're just there to get the job done.
Yeah, exactly. And I see that like, I looked at some of the like the presidents and the thing, what the way how they handle some of those stuff is, and how they communicate, right? They won't tell you as like, and if you look at it, right, that's the difference between a leader and a manager. Like, if you look at a president would ask a question, or they will pose something in a way to make you feel included, while the manager tell you, yo, you got to do that, right? That's their job.
Right.
You got it. So, but president, they won't do that. They was like, hey, did were the process on 5 completed? Could we check that and make sure that was completed and verify that was done? They would use stuff like that, where it's like, they're telling you what you got to do.
It's very task oriented.
They're master manipulating.
Black and white. Did you do it or not?
Yep.
I need this done by this date, this time.
Yep.
What they call those? They call those micromanagers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I've always performed better under a macro. See, macro works better. That can be effective when you know that the people who work under you are going to do their work.
It's more time sensitive. That's kind of what it is. Micro is more time sensitive in a sense, because you got to hit quotas, so you kind of have to.
Yeah. Yeah, there are pros and their cons.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on this one?
No, I've never had a female supervisor, period. You know what? Back at the grocery store when I was like 15, 16, where I didn't really deal with them too much. So yeah, I can't really comment on that. So Toya took care of that. You ever had a female supervisor?
Yeah. When I was at the movie theater, there was all ladies there. They loved me.
Okay.
They loved me. That was back in the days when I was using the N word for every other word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they loved me. It was black or white. You know what I'm saying? I do my job. I get in, I get out. You know what I'm saying? I was young, you know. But yeah. Yeah. I get stuff done. But yeah, I don't have a problem with who's leading. As long as they tell me my task and I know what I got to do, I'm good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I could communicate effectively, so it was always cool. I don't have a problem, and I prefer to work with ladies. So
I'm gonna bring the respect word back. That's important. I don't care if you are the president or my supervisor, whoever. Just because you're superior, don't mean you got to be disrespectful.
exactly, I like that. I like that.
I'm not tolerating it.
Yeah. Because you know what happens too? Like a lot of time when new supervisors come in, they try to put
They got to
themselves
make their name.
right. So a lot of times that's when they get it messed up. You know?
Yeah, you got to check them right quick.
Oh, you thought you could talk to me? How?
Yeah. I think we all have been there, no matter what kind of supervisor you got. Yeah.
I think once you with wisdom come knowledge, and once you know how to talk to a supervisor or manager, they kind of get the memo real quick because they know who to test and who not to test because they not testing me with that. I let people. Hey.
And once you do a good job too, once they know you know what you're doing and the quality of your work, they're not gonna come with no BS.
They will try. They'll try. I seen they try that with me before, but
because you know what? There's a guy on top of him that's telling him to go mess with you. Like his boss is telling him, "Oh, yeah, that's."
No, I had situations like that where I used to deal directly with the president, and they brought in a new supervisor, but the new supervisor didn't know anything. But the agreement that me and the president had, he always wanted to know what it was. But I was like, man, anytime you want to know, go ask him. You know what I'm saying? He'd come asking me questions. I'm like, no, go ask him. He'll tell you what time it is. But it's like you said, he was telling him. I was like, nah, go ask him. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool though. Yeah, it was cool. But any final words? What's your word for tonight, Toya?
Let's try not to do the all, it's a case by case scenario. It's easy to jump and say, I don't want to work for this one, that one, but every situation is unique. I think if we take the time to look at things on an individual basis, we'll get more out of it. Stereotyping is never a good thing.
All right. P, what you got?
Well, we got micro dating. We got auntie hunting down the YNs. And the girl that was single at 36, I think auntie might you should go meet up with auntie.
Yeah, she might have some good advice.
Yeah, well, auntie about to hook up with some YNs, so where else not to find some youngins. Yeah. And my word of the day is awkward awkward baddies. They out there and they getting bust down too.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all check us Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9. Right here on YouTube, Twitch, Kick.
I had the others. I got to put up Facebook. I just haven't set it up.
Yeah, we're going to be on Facebook. You got the IG too, but make sure y'all hit the like button if y'all still here. We appreciate y'all coming through, checking us out, because there's a lot of other places you could be. So we appreciate it. Hit the like button.
So P did my job. We're out. Peace.
Peace.